All right, Shalom, Shabbat Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, the elect of Yahushai. First and foremost, Kal Halalim La Yahweh Bahasham Hamashiach Yahushai Wa Baha Recha Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and labor in this word and doctrine as they are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. Enough respect, salutes, and blessings goes out to the Akim, laboring in this word and pushing this word throughout the four corners of the earth. To you few sisters who are doing the right thing, to you I say Shalom and Adawan Ratazah, which means Lord willing. You know, so Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. And the topic of this lesson is faith. Okay? It's going to be centered around faith. Alright? You know, speaking first and foremost for myself, alright? You know, being a so-called Negro, alright? You know, and this message is, you know, to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you know, who are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, according to the Bible, as well as history, archaeology, and prophecy. One thing you must have in this walk, alright, in this journey, in this truth, in this faith, is faith. Okay? We need to have faith to sustain and endure, alright, in this truth, especially, you know, the times that we're in. So without further ado, we'll get to our first precept. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 6. But without faith it is impossible to please him. Who's the him? Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai. For he that cometh to the Heavenly Father must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Right? You know, if you don't have faith, again, it's going to be impossible to please the Lord. Alright? You know, and contrary to popular belief, or what you might think, is that not everybody has faith. Not even every Israelite has faith. Okay, because it's a spiritual gift from Yahweh, Baal Shem Yahushai. You know? And, you know, how do you even seek the Lord? You know, you do it through his servants, the prophets. You set up elders. I mean, you set up the apostles as well. Alright, who've been laboring in this word for 30 plus years. Set up his elders and apostles, the apostles, alright, of Great Millstone, who provide an example and whom we should follow through the Spirit. You know, and how does one show their faith? By the works. Okay? How you sustain yourself in this truth? By putting up lessons. Okay? Attending camp. Again, it's all by faith, or else a lack of that, you know, may eventually cause you to fall out of this truth, you know. It's the book of Hebrews 11. Let's go further earlier in the chapter, verse 1. Now this is the dead stamp definition of faith. Verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay? And what are we hoping for? Salvation, right? You know, in this flesh, we're battling against spiritual and physical temptation. Okay? You know, our spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Okay? We're subject to, you know, demonic attacks. You know, ailments, illnesses. Alright? Pain. A whole lot of other things. Some of it even mental, perhaps anxiety, depression, panic attacks. But at the end, we're hoping Yahweh, Yahushai, keeps us protected, keeps that hedge of protection around us. Okay, we're constantly praying for mercy, as you should do, you know, given that we just had the Day of Atonement. Alright, you know, praying for guidance, wisdom, and knowledge. Okay, as it says in Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6, that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, right? Okay, so pray for, you know, more knowledge, to be more diligent in this truth. Again, first and foremost, for myself, I'm speaking to, since I'm the one making that statement. You know, pray to remain humble. Alright? To grow spiritually and continually. Alright? You know, Yahushua hasn't returned yet. Okay, the MOTB hasn't fully been made mandatory yet. Although it's here and it's clear. You know, World War III hasn't fully manifested itself yet. Russia and Ukraine are still at it. There's wars and rumours of wars. Okay. Right. Conflict between China and Taiwan. Okay. Sedition among men. Alright. Uproars of the people, protests. I remember 2019 was a year of protests. And that was prior to the C-19. Okay. Famine of the word hasn't happened yet. The collapse of Esau's kingdom hasn't taken place. You know, but none of these things has happened yet we're hoping for it. And to be protected and to endure through it. You know, to be part of the elect, Lord willing, we're of that, you know, merciful number. You know, and we're all doing this through works. And faith being the driving force behind, so, you know. Romans chapter 8, verse 6. Right. Romans 8 and verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Alright. And you know, you have certain Israelite groups, you know, that take weapons to camp. You know, you may have come across them. You know, you got certain groups who, you know, by doing so, they lean on their own understanding. Okay. You got certain groups again, you know, who believe in starting a militia group and, you know, taking Esau Edom, Salakia, down with physical weapons. Clearly, you know, our warfare is spiritual. You know, that's his blessing, the sword. You can't defeat the man of sin with his own blessing. No physical weapon is going to save you. And that also demonstrates a lack of faith, because they're relying on their own strength and willpower, their own physical strength and willpower. And they obviously don't believe in spiritual power that comes from Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, or else they wouldn't wholeheartedly rely upon weapons and armor, alright, things of that sort. Let's go to Romans 10. Go to verse 17. Romans 10 verse 17. So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai. And you know, again, you know, hearing and faith cometh by the word, found in the scriptures, the Holy Bible. Alright. And again, he's got the apostles of Great Millstone who teach the 100% correct doctrine. Alright. You know, this isn't found in any other form of religion or spiritual system or ideology. Okay? It's not in these harlot houses you call churches today. Alright? Faith ultimately comes from Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, and by hearing and reading his word. Okay? We learn more about the Heavenly Father and his Son, of course. Alright? And if you're lacking in faith, pray without ceasing. Continually ask. Alright? You know, ask the Lord. This is another precept in the book of St. Mark, or John Mark, chapter 11. Get straight to the point. What's going on here? Alright. Book of Mark, chapter 11, verse 24. Therefore I say unto you, what things soever you desire, when you pray, believe that you receive them, and you shall have them. Okay? You know, this is the words of our Messiah, Yahushai, Hamashiach. Okay? And he's telling you, whatsoever that is righteous, that you desire, that you want, just ask in his name in prayer. You know, and prayer goes into begging. And if you ask with faith, you'll receive it. And this on in of itself is a faith booster. Again, we're in a time of prophecy unfolding. So asking the Lord, in prayer to endure, for strength, for increased faith, to keep us protected, in this truth. Alright. For mercy. Until Yahushua returns. It's something we ought to do more. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. Okay. And that's it. We walk by faith, not by sight. We don't need to see the things to believe it. Yahushua said that he that believeth on me, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. Your belly is a metaphor for your mind, and living waters is this word. That's why we have to have that faith in Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. And again, it's a spiritual gift. Faith is a spiritual gift from the Lord, even if it's as small as a mustard seed. So if you're an Israelite that's lacking in faith, fast and prayer, to increase your faith, to increase your spirit. Right. That's what I wanted to just talk about. So I pray this lesson was edifying. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach Yasha Allah well. So with that, I'm going to end it there. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom to the elect.